students, I am Miss Ankita, your social science teacher for class 7 from Monbashia School. So today we'll start with history, okay? Students, today we'll start with history, which will be telling us about our past, okay? So now let us start with chapter number 1 of history. Now, first see the topic of chapter number 1. What is the topic? Tracing changes through 1,000 years. Okay, now what does this say? Okay, the meaning is like in every day, our day to life, you will see none of the days are same as the day which was in our past. Okay, all the days, every day we all have different experience. Okay, so now in this chapter we will see different changes in social, economic, political and cultural organizations in our historic period which have been taken place in our history. Okay, what changes have come till now? Okay, we'll see in this chapter. Okay, and first of all, as you all know that historians do not see time just as passing of hours, you can say, or day or a clock or a calendar. They do not refer to calendar or any time or anything. Okay, they basically think and show us about the changes which has come in the social, that is the standard of living of people, which have been changed, okay, from years to years. Then economic, that is about the business, okay, and political, that is all about politics, okay, and cultural, it is about different cultures and heritages, what all changes have come in these organizations in our countries thousands of years ago. Okay, these all we'll see. Okay, now in this chapter it will be very much interesting as you all will come to know about our beautiful history. Okay, and it will also describe us about the medieval period. Okay, so now let us see what they are saying. Historians do not see just as a passing of hours, days or years as a clock or a calendar. Time also reflects changes in social, economic, political and cultural organizations in the persistence and transformation of ideas and belief. As I told you all, okay? The study of time is made somewhat easier by dividing the past into large segments, that is periods. Now, our history is very long, okay? So we cannot just read and just see that, oh, okay, this was done in this time, okay? For that, we have to divide it into different periods, okay? That is different period that possess shared characteristics. Each period has its own characteristics. Okay, now see, in the middle of the 19th century, British historians divided history of India into three periods. The Britishers, they divide the history of India into three periods, that was Hindu, Muslim and British. Okay, but this division was based on narrow thinking, that is they have done criticism, that is casteism. Okay, so this was not very much successful it was having narrow thinking, that the religion of ruler was only important, historical changes, and that there were no other significant developments in the economy, society or culture. Such a division also ignored the rich diversity of the subcontinent. So this division was not successful. Okay. Then few historians follow this periodization today as well. Okay. Few historians still now use this periodization. Okay. That is Hindu, Muslim and British. Okay. But some of the historians the historians you read last year included a wide range of early society, that is hunter-gatherer. Now here they are saying about early man. Okay, now in the very next video I will be starting with the medieval period. Okay, and we'll see that what changes came slowly in our history. Okay, thank you students.